your local hope dealer.
Inspiration and dedication. I came a long way from sleeping in them pages. I got my life back, I feel amazing. Life's a book, don't get stuck on sad pages. Rainy days with no money, hard work lead to days that are sunny. Looking back, it was all needed. The problems, the pain, the trauma, the grieving. You are now tuned in to the prisoner to painter. Prisoner to painter. Hard work, dedication. Rainy days, inspiration. Prisoner to painter.
And now, a word from your local hope dealer.
And we are live.
Perfect. Welcome to the Prisoner to Painter podcast. I'm Nathan McDermott.
And I'm Katie McDermott.
And today joining us is Tavon and Davon. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing great.
That's good, man. Thank you guys for coming on. Dude, I just happened to stumble across you guys on Facebook and I seen what you're doing. Thank you for making this happen so shorthanded. I appreciate you guys. So normally I give out a gift card at the end to every guest. Today I'm going to do it a little different. The owner of 20 Past 4 in Jackson, me and kind of linked up, became kind of friends. So here's some goodies from him. Got a bag, got some gummies. The owner of 20 Past 4, he owns a place in Big Rapids, Jackson. He just started off a place in Stockbridge. Yeah, dude, he's a hell of a good guy. So,
Quality when it was first legalized. That's the first place I went.
Yep. He's been a pillar in the community without even meaning it. But well, awesome, man. So our pastor one time told us that instead of waiting till the end of every episode to ask it at the beginning. So what do you guys do?
So we walk around the country. We walk around the country for foster care. And you know, I came up with the idea back in 2022. It was Foster Care Awareness Month. And me and Tavon haven't done anything yet. And I just happened to scroll across somebody that was walking around the country for mental health. And it was my guy, Sylvester Williams. And we got really cool with him. He's from Alabama. Okay. And then I see him walking around the country. And I told him, I was like, man, let's walk from Georgia to Florida, you know, and he was like, at first he was like, I don't know about that. I was like, brother, whether you do it or not, I'm still going to do it. Right. God placed it on me to do it, and I'm the type of person, like, you can ask him, like, you know, and I want to do something, like, I'm gonna try my hardest to get it done no matter what. So it's just like, you know, I had quit my job in 2022. And I was selling cars. And I was like, you know what, I want to do something that I love. I want to, you know, focus on my content. I want to be a voice for kids like me. And then it's just like started walking, and now here we are. Now this past week, we just completed our 28th state, which was Kentucky.
Awesome.
So we got a few more states to do to get that 50, but you know, we halfway there. You know, I never even thought that we would have made it this far, because when we first started the walk, it was only supposed to be Georgia to Florida. That was going to be the only walk. But we got so much support, and so many people was just, you know, they were just showing so much love. And I told my brother, like, man, we might as well do all 50 states. And here we are now, 3 years later, and then already completed 28 out of 50.
Damn. Well, dude, you guys have a hell of a following. You guys are clearly doing the right thing. I mean, so the point of this is I like getting the backstory to see why you guys why you are who you are. So clearly walking for foster care. We got the system growing up.
Yeah, we got taken away at birth.
Okay.
Our mom was doing drugs while pregnant with us, and me and Twin, we the babies out of, my parents had 17 kids, but 7 of them like passed away at birth, so like 10 of us, but we still would have been the babies I'm the baby out of everybody. So but yeah, man, my mom was doing crack while pregnant with us. She never went to the hospital while pregnant with us. She just gambled and, you know, did drugs. And when she went to the hospital, D Rich came out first, and they was like, oh, it's another baby. I was stuck behind my mom rib cage, so they rushed her to emergency C-section. And we came out weighing 2 pounds, tested positive for crack cocaine. And my mom ended up signing some papers at the time that she wasn't clear of what she was signing, and ended up signing us over. And We stayed in foster care to the age of 2. Then we got fully adopted by the Woods family, and we was with the Woods family, you know, from 2 to 18. But when we got adopted, that's our main reason of what we do now, because like all of the stuff that we had to endure during adoption. So like that's what led us to really speak out and speak out on behalf of so many kids worldwide in foster care, because what we went through, it wasn't right. You feel me? So we just started speaking up about it.
Well, and this is a platform. Eventually, I want everybody to see this clearly. I mean that's the goal. But I want to give a platform for people to tell their truth and tell their story. What was a normal day like at foster care, if you don't mind my asking?
Honestly, I mean, just like you said, we was in foster care. Our memory of foster care is we don't really, because we was from newborns until 2. And then we got adopted, which is still under the same system, which foster care is just more so like temporarily, and adoption is more so supposed to be forever.
Yeah.
But day in the life in the system, it was just, our life was so confusing growing up. It's just like, because we didn't know anything. Yeah. So for 17 years of our life, we didn't know who our mom was. We didn't know if we had to, we didn't know who our dad was. We didn't know anything. We didn't know if we had siblings. We didn't know why we was placed in foster care. And the crazy part about it was that I look at it now since we're 29, I'm like, dang, we was in this system and we had no idea what foster care was. We didn't know anything about case manager, because you got to think, we got placed into the system as newborns. So we was born into the system. So it's like, that's all we knew. But it's like, it was so crazy that we was a part of that system for so long, and I couldn't tell you nothing about foster care. So it was just crazy, because growing up, like our adopted parents, and we don't never, whenever we share our story, we don't never do it to bash anybody. We just tell our story, tell her how it is. But it's just like the simple fact that growing up for us, like the love wasn't there, the affection wasn't there, the quality time. All of those things that you need as a child, as you need, or not even a child, things that you need as a person. We was missing all of that. And it's like, it made it so worse, because on top of that, we dealing with the way that these people treating us, on top of us not even knowing who we are. So we dealing with self-identity, like self-identification. Like, we don't know. I'm looking in the mirror, like trying to figure out, like, where did I came from? I don't know who my mom is, my dad. I don't know if I got grandparents, none of that. So it's just like, I feel as though we was just in a whole different world, So it was just definitely a battle every day, just mentally, and being so young and having to endure so much stuff at a young age. It definitely was hard, but I know for a fact that God gives toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. So since birth, He been equipping us to go out there and on the battlefield and fight. So I'm definitely blessed to still be here. So yeah,
awesome. Yeah, dude. I didn't know what to expect, but I don't think I feel like it is important for everybody to know where they came from. I mean, that's almost like a God-given right. Like God makes you like that's like you just said, it's part of your fucking identity. Like it's hard to not know that. So I apologize about that. But so God, how was it growing up with the foster family then? I mean, clearly lack of love, and I don't want to dig too much on that, but like schooling, I mean, did you have a normal childhood?
Yeah, we grew up in a country, small town, 300 people. So we went to a very small school. Everybody from Head Start all the way to seniors in high school. And we didn't have parents that like push you in school and stuff. It was just, you feel me? We just went to school. We did horrible in school as well. Like because school was like an outlet for us, because we was going through so much at the crib. So we get to school, it's like, oh, we can be us, we can be kids. But it's like that moment only lasts while we at school. So when you go back to the crib, it's like, dang. So it's like, and you gotta imagine as a kid, year after year after year, having to do that. Like, dang, bro, it's like I go every other place, I'm getting peace. I'll come back to the crib. It's like you. This was all the hell. It's like you walking on eggshells. But everybody on the outside looking in, thinking everything's sweet, not knowing the whole time. You feel me?
Did you guys have adopted siblings?
Oh yeah. Well, our house, my adopted parents couldn't have kids, so all of us was adopted, but we all came in like groups. So my 3 older sisters, they all biological sisters,
Okay.
so they came before me and Davon. So
Okay.
then me and
It's
Davon,
really like a group. I mean, like
once me and Davon came,
Okay.
once we got seniors in high school, my parents got 4 more kids, and once they got my 4 little sisters got a certain age, they got 4.
it's 13. It's 13 of us on our adopted side.
Yeah, I
all
see
of
what
us,
you're saying.
yeah, all of us was in the system. So it's basically like a group home because they've been adopting kids over 30 years now. So
So that's not like they adopted 2 kids because they wanted kids. And that's
Exactly.
all they wanted. I see.
exactly. So
Well, man, that's one thing that me and Katie have had the privilege. When we come home, we can unmask.
Right.
Because like I mask for all day outside, put on a happy smile. You come home to unmask. It's normally not the opposite. I can only imagine the treachery of that. Holy shit. Katie?
Do you guys have like any favorite memory from growing up though?
if you want me to be honest, my memory from childhood is really I don't remember a lot of stuff because in our life it was always something going on since kids, like and it's just like like how they say with football players, they get a lot of concussions and they start, but I mean, we wasn't getting concussions, but it was more so we was experiencing so much trauma, so much pain, so much hurt, disappointment. And it's like every day it was something. So it's like you dealing with all that as a child, like it's impossible. So it's like a lot of my key moments as a child, I don't remember. I can't tell you nothing from my childhood. A lot of stuff from my childhood. But it just I tell people that I don't try to say it to exaggerate, but I'm like, man, we've been going through stuff since birth, and I know, to the average person, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, literally, like we really had to go through some stuff and still get out here, still put on a smile, and that's doing that as a child. You're not talking about as an adult, we talking about as a child, So that's how I knew that God was just with us from the beginning because. Honestly, I used to always question God, like, why me? Like, why I got to go through this stuff? Like, I want to be around a mom and a dad and grandparents and that family atmosphere. And it's just like to have that taken away from you at such a young age and don't know what it looked like or feel like even being 29 now. It's just crazy, because a lot of people in our shoes, they lose their mind, because people think that it's different type of addictions, right? You got addiction with drugs, you got addiction with love, you got addiction with anything can become an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
People always look at people that do drugs and they don't know you got an addiction that you're dealing with. It just may not be drugs, but it's something that you're possibly harming yourself. That relationship you keep running back to is an addiction.
Yep.
So it's just so crazy, man. Like to see everything that me and Tavon had to go through, but to still get out here and be able to love.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to jail, never got any fights, none of that. And it's like I always knew that if I ever get in a fight, it ain't gonna be good. Like it ain't. I never been in a fight. I never even seen myself that bad before. But it's just like to be able to go through all of that stuff in life and still have that mindset of okay, like even if somebody try to get me to that level, I'm just gonna be the bigger person and walk away. Because it's like I know what I can do, like so it just definitely it's been a crazy journey, but I appreciate it.
Well, you two are breaking stereotypes right out of the gate. You go through the system, well, you're gonna end up in jail, you're gonna end up a junkie, you got to break stereotypes just right off the gate like that. So if there was nothing more to the story than that, that's successful. If there was nothing more, that's where we ended, that's success. So hell yeah.
So they say there's a book, actually, it's a great book. It's called The Body Keeps Score. It's about trauma and how you store it in your body. So like, for example, for me, I have stomach issues because everything I've been through, I hold it in my stomach. So when I'm upset, my stomach is bad. Like it's bad. How would you say that you like hold your feelings? Where do you hold your hurt in your body?
I would say, man, that's a great question. I ain't never even really thought about it in that way. Like, where do you hold all that? I would say, for me, I'd probably say in my heart for real, because like I got like a big heart and like I'm like an empath. So I ain't never really understand till like really like a year or two ago. I'm like, dang, ever since I was a kid, I'm like, why I'm so sensitive. I'm thinking like I'm looking at movies, I'm crying. I see something that we go in the hospital. I'm walking by. I hate going to the hospital because I'm walking by people's room and I'm feeling, but I ain't understand it as a kid. But when I just realized, I'm like, dang, bro, I'm an empath. I can feel other people. Anybody, I can feel it, and it's in my heart. So I would say I hold mine in my heart, and just letting it go. I would say through music, for real. Like I connected with music long as a kid. I'm like, dang, like this is really touching my soul. And we started actually making music, like rapping and stuff. I'm like, wow, it's a way for me to tell my. Cause we used to always hold stuff in. We ain't never, especially as a man, men, we hold a lot of stuff in. It's hard for us to be vulnerable. When we started making music, like, wow, I got this mic. I ain't got to really sit and talk to nobody, but I'm letting it all out on this mic. So that was a good way to learn how to release, some of that through music.
Awesome.
Would it be the same for you?
Yeah, I would say this probably the same. Art.
Being an empath is a superpower.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care
It
what
is,
says.
but
It's
it's
a
also,
superpower,
there's
dude.
downsides, because like with my stomach, if I'm feeling, like if I go to work or family function and I can feel everybody's thing, it's like my stomach's upset. Like I feel nauseous. I feel like I'm gonna get sick, or like my stomach will cramp up because I can tell
Right.
this person's feeling that way, this person's feeling that way, and then it's like this whole energy in the room changes. Yeah.
Oh man, really, I didn't know what to expect. But secondly, you guys are the second podcast we've had with two people.
Mhm.
You guys, I don't want to make a twin joke, but you guys just go together so
yeah.
well. Like, you guys complement each other well. We've had some guests on, two people, and Booers were really good. But besides that, some of them, it's like,
Class.
yeah, I'm like,
I already know
I'm
that.
like, come on, guys, like this ain't working.
Twin telepathy a real thing?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How does it like work for you guys?
I mean, like it's really natural. Like it'd be times like we probably go in the store. Like I remember the other day, we literally pick out the same chips and the same drink, and we ain't even had to look at what each other had. And it's chips and drink that we ain't never really had before. So it's like, but it's like we able to like we can communicate with each other without even talking. Like, you feel me? Like, and it of course like finish each other's sentence. Like that stuff like that happened. Yeah, it happened.
I just thought that was cool.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. After staying up late, doing your thing in Lansing, you guys. Look, I seen the show out for you guys. That's awesome, man. It's I know publicity doesn't always mean you're doing the right thing, but seeing the love that they were showing, it just shows that you're doing the right thing. So thank you for taking the time. I just want to reiterate that a couple more to like really thank you.
He'll thank you until he's blue in the face.
Well, yeah, but some people it's like, okay, yeah, you took time out of your day, you live right down the road, you live in Jackson, you travel from Lansing after staying up, and you're going back wherever down south in the next couple of days. It's like, thank you. Seriously, thank you. Some people go out of their way, you guys were one of them. So I appreciate that.
So how was
And I will do it.
how was life after you guys turned 18?
So after we turned 18, it's just like honestly, it's like we went into a whole different world, because that's when we found out who we really was. That's when we found our biological family. We found our biological family our senior year of high school. So it's just like now we going from newborns all the way to 17 years old, and now you finding out about your mom, your dad, or he was placed in the system. So it's like we going from a world of we didn't know anything, and now we're about to be 18 years old, and now we finding out all of this stuff about our life. So it's just like it was just so much to process, if you want me to be honest, because it's like going from that to this, and not only that, we doing this while we seniors in high school. So we hiding all of this stuff from our adopted parents that we met our whole biological family. Like it was like a movie. Like we would go and sneak it, because the whole time it was only like 40 minutes away from where we was 40 minutes apart. So it's like we would sneak and go see them. We would tell our adopted parents we're going to do something, but we would go see our biological family. And it's like, just like Troy said, learning the background of where we come from, how it happened, because we never knew that. And I'm like, wow,
dang, bro, I'm always doing crack like that. It's really crazy to go like that long. Like I said, we almost about to be 18, like senior high school, and now you're finding out. So it's like the life that we was just living before we just found this out. That was that wasn't really us. Yeah. Because the name that I have now is not even my biological name. So it's like, okay, when you was born, you was Daquan Jacobs. And then when you got adopted, now you Davon Woods. So it's basically like switching roles, like I'm in a movie, because Davon Woods, that's just somebody who I just kind of just like, you know, became and whatever. But Daquan Jacobs is who I really was. So it's just like, you know, just having it. Our life is crazy. That's why I'm so ready for it to, you know, for us to go ahead and start working on our film and all of this stuff, man, because, you know, we got a very, very, and we got to the point where we done so much interviews and stuff where we know how to just talk about certain stuff, and, you know, but we got a lot of, our life story is a lot, but we got to the point where we know how to really just kind of conclude it all in low, you know, whatever, to give people whatever, but yeah.
Well, that's perfect about this place. I tried to do.
We try to unwrap the little package that you did.
Yeah,
You know?
because a lot of people do that, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. So, what is one thing that not many people know about you, if anybody?
I would say, like I said, my biological name. A lot of people don't know that. Okay. You know, like I've shared that before, but you know, even till this day, like. And I tell people, and I be telling people that in the midst of me saying, I be like, "Dang, that's crazy, bro! Like, this is really not my real name. Like, you know, I mean, it's my name now because that's who I became. But it's just like, just the thing, like, dang, they really changed my name. Like, my whole, you know, first, middle, last name, like, just wiped it all out. You know, so it just, you know, I would say that a lot of people really don't know my biological name. You know, I don't really tell people that for real.
Well, I don't think people understand how big of a deal that really is. Imagine living 20 years of your life and you get told that's not your name. Like, what the fuck, man? Well, you know, because I feel like some people watch me, well, that's not that big of a deal. That's a huge fucking deal. That's you lived 18 years of your life to somebody else. That's fucking crazy. How was high school in terms of normality, like football? Did you guys do anything like sports?
We played all sport. We played football, basketball, baseball.
You got team athletic.
Yeah, we always athletic. Baseball is like our main sport, but just like I said, we went to a small school, so they didn't really focus on the baseball program. But it was kind of, sports was like, we was good at it, but we ain't had the good grades. So sometimes we probably couldn't play because of the grades or whatever. But yeah, we went to prom junior year, senior year. Normal high school, we was cool dudes. Just like to have fun in high school. That was just us. Didn't have good grades, but we wasn't bad kids either. We had manners, respect. It's just school. I just never really connected. I feel like it was just going through so much. I'm like, dang, gotta go through all this and then come to school and try to do all this work. And in my brain, it just wasn't, you know, it just wouldn't work out.
Oh, school is just getting you ready to be like a pig to slaughter.
Right.
It's like that shit does nothing for you but go here at this time, go here at this time. The only thing I used in school was math, but you got a computer on your phone now.
Do you guys feel your age? Or do you feel a different age?
I feel older, but I feel older as far as wisdom, but as far as like physically, I feel younger because we still like very active. Yeah, to be able to be our age, and to have the amount of wisdom that we have, like you could put me and him in a room with anybody. You can put us in a room right now with a billionaire, and we talk to them and be like, wow, like. You feel me? Like, because God we've been in such a secluded place, especially on this journey of walking around the country. You know, like we've been so secluded. There's been days where we don't be around nobody. You know, just so isolated and going all around the country, meeting all these different people. So it's just like, you know, I just thank God for just allowing us to be able to soak up that wisdom, to be able to have been around millionaires and different powerful people to be able to teach us and learn from them. So it's definitely a blessing, man.
Has God always been a part of your life?
Oh yeah, since kid, since baby.
What is the best piece of advice that you've ever gotten?
It's not letting me do it.
To be yourself, be you. I feel like a lot of people don't be themselves, and then you happier that way being yourself. So I would just say that's like be yourself and be genuine, and that's somebody told me that, like, because you can try to be like somebody you're not, but it's hard to do that. You feel me? So it's like being you. That comes natural. So,
what's the best piece of advice you've ever, or the worst piece of advice you've ever gotten?
The worst piece of advice. God knows, man. I remember like when we started, like I started sharing like about like my story, like going more into depth. Because it's like before, like I would just say certain stuff. I wasn't going deep like how I go now. Like I would just talk about certain stuff that happened. I used to put a filter on it because I'm like, dang, what family gonna say or how this person gonna feel. But people always used to try to make you feel better. I don't think you should share that because how can you tell me not to share something that I've been through in my life?
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing it for any attention or anything. I'm doing it to be able to possibly help somebody else. You know, whenever I do stuff, I do it because I'm thinking about other people as well too. Because I'm knowing like, okay, like so many people go through what we've been through. It may not be the same thing, but it's similar. It's relatable in so many different ways. So it's just like, you know, by me having that courage to be like, you know what? This is my platform. I'm gonna start speaking up. I'm gonna start sharing personal stuff. Now it's giving other people that courage to be able to do the same. So I would say that's don't never tell nobody not to share their story or share. If that's something they want to talk about, let them talk about it.
Well, your truth is your truth.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if they were there happening. Their truth is their truth, and your truth is your truth because it's about perspective and your own experience. So
and people try to make you feel bad for, you know, opening up and they're like, why would you come to the social media? Because if you want me to be honest, for a lot of people like us in general, social media is all some of us have. People don't have families and parents calling and checking in on them. Who else you want them to go talk to? Therapist is not, you're not about to go get no free therapy session every, you know, you got to pay for that stuff.
Right.
You know, so it's just like, people have to understand, people are like, well, why would a person bring that to social media? Because unfortunately, that's the last place people have, you know, unfortunately. So, you know, it is, I mean, at the end of the day, like I just try to tell people, just do what you do, whatever makes you happy. Do what you do.
Well, also, you need a support system, whether that be your Facebook friends or your Instagram.
And social media definitely my support system. So I don't care how anybody feels about anything I do because at the end of the day, it's my platform.
Right.
Well, it's yours. It's what you want to post, what you want to do. And ultimately, if it boils down to it, if you don't like, I mean, and I've said this on here, but I don't think I've ever given anybody a reason not to like this. All we're trying to do is spread hope.
Right.
But we're so bipartisan. It's like I'll have on a Democrat and I'll have on a Republican because I really don't care about that part of your life. I just care about your story and what your truth is. Like your politics, all that stuff. It's like this is a platform to share them, but it's not a platform for me to argue.
Right.
Because that's not what this is. You know what I mean? Most of our views co-align with our guests, but that's besides.
And then sometimes it gets a little heavy, so I have my little random book of questions I like to flip through. If you guys could be an animal, any animal, fictional or real, what animal would it be?
I think I'd be a bird. I'd be an eagle.
Okay.
You can get anywhere. Ain't no other animal getting nowhere faster than a bird.
No.
Other than probably something in the ocean, but I mean they traveling by water. But
and it's crazy because they say eagles. It's crazy. They say eagles when it's storm, like when it's like they said they get on top of all the clouds and use it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And like the way that they find their prey and all that, I'm like, wow, would definitely be a bird because I like you fly. You feel me? And when you a little bird, you got to take that leap. You feel me? It's like you ain't got nobody to help you. You gotta learn. So that's why I like worms.
Growing up, what was your guys' favorite cereal?
Captain Crunch.
Man, you just fucking wanted to hurt your mouth.
Captain Crunch.
Wait, the peanut butter or the berries?
The
You
bear.
gotta think back in the day, it wasn't no peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah, that's the original flavor. The ones that don't have the berries in it.
That ain't peanut butter. That's just the original.
Oh, you talking about just the yellow one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I ain't
No, not a peanut butter.
is just circle,
Yeah.
it's brown.
Yeah, peanut butter and Captain
That
Crunch.
came out.
That's some new stuff. Like back in the day, it wasn't
More
all the different
original.
flavors they got from Captain Crunch. It wasn't all of those.
The berry ones are the good ones.
No, the original just like
The
Yeah,
little
kind
kind of like sweet, like
King, like how the King vitamin was.
Yeah,
I say honeycombs too.
Yeah, I still eat honeycombs to this day.
okay.
I eat them without milk too. I like dry cereal.
My fruity pebbles through and through.
Fruity Pebbles.
Well, fruity pebbles through and
I
through.
just had some of those the other day.
Well, how old are you guys now?
29.
29. Okay, so from 18, we'll get into the last part of the story, and then I'll give you guys your gift card and all that. But so 18, you graduate, you meet with your real family. How was the first couple of years doing that with them, man? Like going and checking on them. Like, how does it look?
It was one of those things. It's kind of like a one-sided thing. Like we got to do all the pulling up. Ain't nobody ever coming to see us. So I mean, I love my family, but it's just like it's a one-sided street. So it's just us. We got to go see them, and that's it. So it just we just decided to just move accordingly. For real.
Man, that's rough. That's real rough, man. Sorry about that. So what was first jobs?
First job was my senior year of high school. It was where I had 2 jobs working at Bojangles and at Pizza Hut.
Mine was Bojangles.
A lot of people don't know what Bojangles is up here, and I love their breakfast. And it's one of my favorite places.
Their fries.
Nobody
Man.
knows what I'm talking about.
Bojangles not really a big thing up this way.
Mhm.
All right. You guys got girlfriends? Anything that's trying to piece it together here, man?
Honestly, I'm chilling. Like I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to do right now, so I know a relationship just ain't, because at the end of the day, like that requires time.
Yep.
I'm not just about to get in a relationship and not give that person the time that they deserve.
100%.
So now I'm just in that mode where I'm just trying to grind. I'm finally in a point in my life where I'm actually feel like I'm just back. I'm Davon. I'm enjoying life. Because we went through a whole phase. So we found our family when we were 17. So from 17, 18, and then when we turned 21, we moved to Georgia. Around when we was 21, we moved to Georgia, and we was there for 6 years, and then we started going to this church. And I lost the first time. I like stopped smoking, stopped drinking, stopped having sex, the whole 9. But like that 6 years, yes, sometimes I messed up, but it's like for that 6 years. So it's just like we was in that heavy, like we was, so it's like now that we out of that, we just got out 2023.
2022.
No, 2022 is when we started the walks. 23 was, so it's like, so it's like now to finally feel like I'm free and I could, just be myself and whatever. So it's like, honestly, I just been chilling for real. Just continue to learn stuff about myself and continue to love myself. And eventually I'll be ready for a relationship. But as of right now, I'm cool.
Well, and sometimes I feel like I jump right over stuff. So I'm glad I asked certain things because it brings me back. Where did you guys grow up?
We grew up in Greeleyville, South Carolina.
Okay. How was I told you guys to ask this outside, and I am gonna ask. How was growing up down south being black?
It was
cool because we ain't had a lot of white people.
Yeah, we in a very small town. Ain't nothing but black. In our little town, it's some white people, but it's just black people. So we ain't really had to deal with. But you still run into that because it's the South.
Mm-hmm.
So but as far as our little town, we ain't had to deal with.
Understood. I just hear a lot about Southern hospitality, And I tell you, I have not been greeted with Southern hospitality. I haven't been. I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, everybody don't got it.
It depends on where you go to, I think.
Yeah, but I'm like, no, but seriously, I'm like, I get greeted nicer in the north than I ever
Right.
have in the south, ever. So, except the UP, the UP does not like us down here. I don't know what it is about us, but they don't like.
Trolls.
Yeah, they call us trolls, dude. I'm like, fuck you guys.
We live under the bridge.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, do you guys live by the ocean? Go to the ocean a lot?
No.
I ain't really too much of ocean. Now,
I go by there to sit just to get.
yeah, I go out there, but it's like if I ever get access to be able to like stay by, because I do plan to get like a couple of like little condos and stuff, just to have like Miami or something, just to go chill out for whatever. But yeah, I would prefer to write music by the ocean, because that water and stuff it ease your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more so like nighttime, like go out in the ocean at nighttime.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. What are you guys' goals coming up? Because I see like you got a platform. I see you guys doing things. So I don't want to. So I like staying in. I like staying in the past just a little bit, because it kind of shows you who you are. But I feel like everybody knows your story. So well, everybody that follows you probably knows somewhat of your story, not everybody. But so rough upbringing. I mean, really rough. I'm sorry to hear that. But so why do you start deciding to do the walk thing? Like what clicks in your head that's like I'm gonna do that?
Honestly, it was just just like I said, just running across somebody else that was doing it.
Okay.
But it, like whenever the idea came to my thought, I was like, I think we should do it, and it's just like we started doing it, and then that's what people have to understand. You just got to do it. A lot of people try to put so much thought and stuff. I understand people like to plan stuff out and this and that, but sometimes you just got to do it without planning nothing, because you'll be able to see like God really moving that. Because a lot of people try to be in control instead of allowing God to be in control. So it's just like with the walks. We even now like we done sacrificed so much time, put so much effort into these walks and just the foster care awareness. So now we're more so focusing on our music,
Okay.
and just trying to grind with our music, and still do the movement as well too, but also allowing people to know like music is what we love, like music is us, like that's what whatever. So our goals now is just to lock in the music. By this time next year, hopefully we'll be at the BT Awards, and we'll be doing big things with our music, just touring and doing stuff with our music, because our music is very powerful, and we different. We're not in no box. We different from any artist. I know it's a lot of rappers and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like we gonna bring you something different. That's our goal, is to bring you that. We already twins, so it's never been any twin rappers like that on a big scale, like so it's just like that's our goal with our music. It's just and we know that it'll be powerful for people like us that have been through similar situations.
Have you ever been in the newspaper?
For sure.
Yeah?
A lot of times.
Yeah, we done been in the newspaper.
Yeah, we first time being in the newspaper, we was like 18, but we used to do modeling and acting when we was in high school. So we
used to do what?
Modeling and acting.
What the hell? Okay.
How was that?
Hey, what the hell, man?
I love acting. Like that stuff, like that's like stuff that we really
We've been doing
want
that
to get into, like as far as like on a big I love
We've been doing that since 15.
Being in front of the camera, like we naturals, like because we've always been in front of it. So and we've been news, we done been on every newspapers, about every news station in the worldwide for real.
We've done been on TV shows, movies.
Oh, what TV show? Movie?
I mean, one that y'all probably would know is Let's Make a Deal.
Okay.
Wayne Brady.
Really?
Yeah.
With the Wayne Brady one though? That's fire. I think Wayne
The
Brady
original
is the best.
one.
I think Wayne Brady is the best. Well, man, I don't want to draw too much and hold you guys up, but there are a couple more things that I want to ask. What's the first states that you guys went to? First couple states? Because I know the first one was what, Florida, Georgia.
The first 5 we went to was Georgia, Florida. Then we did Ohio,
Columbus.
I'm just naming the states. Ohio, and then after Ohio, it was Georgia, Florida, Ohio,
South Carolina, North
South
Carolina.
Carolina. So that was pretty probably like the first couple of steps.
Oh, you guys trying to hit all 50?
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully it'll be done by the end of this year. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and get that out. Once we get out, we good.
So how far do you walk when you're?
We started off doing 20 miles every state. Now we're just doing whatever we feel like.
Okay.
We always been overachievers, so it's like, you know, and I'm the one that always come up with how much miles we want to do and stuff. But it's like now we getting to a point we just doing however much we feel, because at the end of the day, it ain't about how much we walk, it's why we're walking.
Yep.
And that's what try to remind people too, like it don't matter who else walking around the country, it don't matter who else walking this amount of miles. This is what we're doing. This is the journey that God got us on. It's like we don't put in so much effort and time, and I know the average person couldn't even do what we do, because it's like you're not out there walking for fitness, you're out there walking for kids and foster care and people that you never met a day in your life. So it's so easy to quit and be like, you know what, we about to be at year 4.
Yeah.
Without being a nonprofit, none of that, just putting our faith and trust in God. And we done travel all across the country.
That's awesome.
You know, and it's like, you know, if our story don't motivate you and inspire you to go out here and chase your dream, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yep.
Because, you know, we really doing it. You know, we really doing it. So, and it's like, we don't have a huge support system as far as like people we know.
Mm-hmm.
Our huge support system is from people we don't know. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's like a lot of people are blessed to have a huge support system of people they do know.
Yep.
But it's just like us, on the other hand, we, you know, it's like to still have to push through that is very, very, it's remarkable, man. So I always be telling, I'll be like, dang, I'm proud of us, like how far we came and how much stuff that we done accomplished, man. It's definitely a blessing.
Heck yeah. Well, seriously, thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate you guys from Lansing here, going back down south. You know, I just really just wanted to interview you a little bit, so thank you for that. My wrap-up questions always are about the same. But my big one, what is your definition of success?
My definition of success is being able to conquer love and happiness, because I feel as though that's two of the things a lot of people miss out on life. You know, people try to chase the money, you know, people try to chase the fame, but they don't even know how to love their neighbor, and they're not happy, you know. So it's just like, I feel as though that's very important, just being able to love each other, because I love everybody, you know, and it's not one of those things where like, if I tell you like, hey Nate, I love you, and it's just like, I haven't heard that before. No, I really mean it, because I love and care for people. I really do have a heart, you know, and it's just like, you know, being able to conquer that happiness definitely a big thing too. That a lot of people kind of just push to the side.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, man? What's your definition of success?
Success.
Yep.
Definition. I would just say just doing what you set out to do. I mean, just really just those stuff that you got written down on the paper, or, you know, whatever, being able to do them, that's success to me, because that's all in manifestation, and seeing those stuff manifest. I mean, that's success, and just being you. If you be you, I feel like everything else will flow.
Yep.
And it'll bring success.
For both of you, do you think you get along with younger you, or younger you would get along with you now?
I say both. Yeah, because I'm the type of person like always like can get along and never. So I would say both. It'll both, because it's just how we are.
Awesome. Katie, your last wrap-up question, my favorite.
Both individually, unless it's the same. One word has to be a single word to describe where you started from to where you are now.
One single word.
One single word.
Resilient. I was gonna say that. My mom was gonna say that.
Perfect. No, perfect.
I would say okay, I would say I would just say like being courageous, you know, just having that courage, you know, because, you know.
Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you. I didn't get a gas card because the gas card somehow BP don't have a gas card. So I got the next best thing. $25 pizza card. I'm like, what the hell? BP has a gas card.
So it is a paint marker, but we would love to have you both sign the table. Might need like a little.
And then if you need more room, you're more than welcome to sign here.
And thank you guys for watching.
Yep, thank you guys.
All right, that's great. Thank you guys. It means a lot.
Thank you.